How do we standardize deployments? How do we improve developer experience? How do we scale reliably? How do we secure workloads? How do we support observability without every team reinventing everything from scratch? I'm Luca Burton, co-author of Kubernetes Recipes, and my work sits at the intersection of developer enablement, platform strategy, and turning technical patterns into scalable operating models. If I had to pick one concept from the Kubernetes Recipes book that really matters for CTOs, it would be this: the recipe mindset. The reason I like this idea so much is that it's practical. In the real world, teams do not start with theory, they start with a problem. That is exactly why the book is structured as recipes. And for developers, that makes it useful immediately. But for CTOs, there is a bigger lesson. A recipe is not just an example, it is a reusable decision. It is a way of saying, for this kind of problem, here's the approved path. And that matters a lot at scale. Because in many organizations, engineering knowledge is still fragmented. One team deploys one way, another team handles secrets differently. Another team has its own monitoring stack, its own security assumption, its own scaling logic. On their own, those decisions may all seem reasonable, but together they create friction. They slow delivery down, they make onboarding harder, they increase operational risk, and they make leadership less confident when the platform is actually under control. This is why the recipe mindset is strategic. It turns good engineering decisions into reusable assets. Instead of scaling heroics, you scale clarity. Instead of multiplying variations, you multiply reuse. Instead of asking every team to solve the same problem again, you give them a strong default. And I think this matters even more now because AI is making software creation faster. Teams can generate more code more quickly than ever. But speed without standards does not create value. It creates inconsistency at scale. So the winners will not just be the teams that move faster. They will be the one with the clearest platform patterns, the strongest defaults, and the most reusable engineering building blocks. That is the real message behind the book. Innovation should happen in the product, not in every repeated infrastructure decision. So, if you are a CTO, here's a very useful question to ask your organization. Which recurring engineering decision should no longer be made from scratch? That is usually where the next productivity gain is hiding. If that resonates with you, come by the book signing. I would love to talk about the recipes, the thinking behind them, and how to turn developer-friendly practices into a platform strategy that truly scales.